Hey, it's Jaime with Echo Real Estate Advisors. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a home buyer, a home seller, an investor, or simply want to learn more about real estate, this is the home for you. So don't forget to subscribe. Today we're covering homestead exemptions, why they're important, and how to actually apply them to your personal property. Now, what is a homestead exemption? A homestead exemption removes part of the value of your property from taxation and therefore lowers the amount of your property taxes. Your home qualifies for an exemption if, one, you own it, and two, if it's your principal place of residence. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm gonna get this homestead exemption and remove part of the value on my rental property, know that that's not correct, know that that's not going to work. So you're going to be allocated one homestead exemption. And there are other videos in this channel that speak specifically on how to fill them out through the county. So now that we know a little bit more about what a homestead exemption is, i.e. removing part of the value of your property, let's talk about how to actually apply them for your home. These are county specific. So if you're in Tarrant County, Dallas County, Denton County, Ellis County, whatever county you're in, you are going to submit your homestead exemption application to that particular county. Don't send it to the comptroller, to the Texas comptroller, because that will get rejected and you won't have a homestead applied to you, to your property. Now, when you apply for your homestead exemption, know that there is a deadline. And that deadline is generally April 30th. I can only speak to Texas and more specifically in the DFW area, but for all intents and purposes, that is what we're talking about, an April 30th deadline. Now, what are the qualifiers? We touched on them a few seconds ago, but what are the qualifiers to exemption? First, you have to own the property. If you're a renter, unfortunately, you can't file this homestead exemption. That'll save you from taxes, which makes sense because at the end of the day, you as a renter aren't paying directly for the property taxes. You're paying indirectly as the landlord or owner of the property is charging you a rental fee to use for the mortgage, for the entrance, for the property taxes, and in some cases for profit for he or she. You're not paying directly for those property taxes. So you as a renter, you don't have a homestead exemption to file for. Now, the second requirement was that you need to have this property as your primary place of residence, so your primary home. And you will be asked in the application if that is the case. If you have another homestead exemption in a different county, they will find it, but right out front, they're gonna ask you for that information, so you certainly want to be truthful with it. And if you just purchased the home, know that for you to file for that homestead exemption for the year, you have to have lived in the property as of January 1st. That's the additional requirement. And really, for all intents and purposes, that's the final requirement of living in the property. So let's use an example. If you purchased a property August of 2018, you moved into the property that very same month. Well, for 2019, you will have lived in the property January 1st. So for 2019, you would be eligible to file for a homestead exemption. And keep in mind, April 30th is the deadline. So you want to have your homestead exemption already, that application already with the county before then. Now, let's just say you are in May, as that's the time that I'm recording this video, May of 2019. You still have the option to apply, just know that it won't be applied to this particular year. So I encourage you, even if you miss the deadline to file your homestead exemption, I highly encourage you to get that in as quickly as possible, as you get the benefit of reducing the value of your home in the county's eyes, i.e. you're paying less property taxes. Now, one distinction before I let you go, when I say remove part of the value of your property, That is the assessed value of your property, not the actual market value of your property. Many times when I'm speaking with homeowners, they have the understanding that whatever's in the CAD, whatever's in the county appraisal district with the county, what their value, what they say the home is worth, is what they think their home is worth. That is not accurate. A majority of the time, you're going to find that the value of the property in the county's eyes is actually less than what you can sell that property for. So keep that in mind. When I'm saying remove part of the value, I am referring to the assessed value of the property. You're going to be taxed at a certain rate depending on the county that you're in, and the school taxes, the county taxes, they're all pretty specific. They're all local to where you live. You're going to be taxed at that rate, but you're also going to be taxed at an assessed value. So if your assessed value of the home is $300,000 and your property taxes are 3%, then you would be responsible for $9,000 in property taxes. So know that that is the formula that is being used. And our goal with the homestead exemption is reducing that $300,000 to, well, honestly, as much as possible. But generally, for all intents and purposes, you would probably be eligible for a $25,000 homestead exemption. It'll depend on the property value, but generally, a homestead exemption, you can count on a good chunk of value being taken away from the assessed value, so you're not responsible for all of those taxes. Well, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Make yourself at home by sharing your opinion in the comment section down below, checking out some of my other videos, and subscribing for more valuable real estate content. If there is any way I can help you now or in the future, you know where to find me. Cheers.